Did you know that some of Hollywood's most beloved stars are no longer with us? What if I told you that in just the past few months, we've lost legends whose legacies shaped entire generations? How well do you really know the stories behind these iconic figures? Welcome to today's episode, where we dive deep into the lives and untimely passings of some extraordinary talents that have recently left us. Before we begin, if you've ever been touched by the work or the lives of any of these remarkable individuals, take a moment to hit that like button as a tribute to their memory. It's a small way to show respect and keep their legacies alive. The legend of Rudolf Jelínek, born on February 27, 1935, graced the world with his presence for nearly 90 years before his journey came to an end on August 10, 2024. Jelínek wasn't just any actor. He was a pillar in Czechoslovak cinema, a man whose face became synonymous with excellence. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, he left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, appearing in over 122 films and television shows from 1955 to 2016. But what truly set Jelínek apart was his versatility. Did you know he also dubbed more than 60 films and series, lending his voice to characters that resonated with audiences far and wide? One of his most memorable roles was in the television series 30 Cases of Major Zaman, a show that continues to be a defining part of his legacy. His contributions to the arts didn't go unnoticed. In fact, the city of Carora honored him with honorary citizenship in 2015, a testament to the impact he had not just on cinema, but on the hearts of those who admired him. Even now, his performances continue to inspire, ensuring that his name remains etched in the annals of Czech and Slovak film history. Mitzi McCall, the woman who made America laugh. Next, we turn our attention to Mitzi McCall, an American comedian and actress who could light up any room with her infectious energy. Born Mitzi Steiner on September 9, 1930, or perhaps 1932, there's some mystery surrounding her exact birth year. She passed away on August 8, 2024. Her journey to fame began in Pittsburgh, where she grew up as the youngest daughter of Hungarian-born banker Emil Steiner and Gazella Kline. Mitzi McCall was a household name, particularly for her performances with her husband, Charlie Brilldot. Together, they made television history on The Ed Sullivan Show on February 9, 1964, the very night the Beatles debuted in America. Imagine the thrill of sharing the stage with the Fab Four. Mitzi's career wasn't confined to one iconic moment, though. She was a regular on Rowan and Martin's Laugh In, voiced characters in animated series like The Snorks and The Pebbles and Bam Bam Show, and made guest appearances in shows like The Twilight Zone and Dharma and Greg. Her wit and charm made her a beloved figure in the entertainment industry, and her passing leaves a void that will be felt for years to come. The French star, Patrice Laffont. From across the Atlantic, we remember Patrice Laffont, a distinguished French television presenter and actor who captivated audiences for decades. Born on August 21, 1939, Laffont's career began in the 1960s, and was marked by an impressive versatility that saw him excel both on stage and screen. He was known for his collaborations with friends like Michel Fugain and Michel Sardou, but it was his transition to television in the 1970s that truly defined his legacy. Laffont's name became synonymous with French television through his work on shows like Déchiffrer des Lettres, the French version of Countdown, and Fort Boyard, a show that blended adventure and quiz elements in a format that remains popular to this day. His influence extended beyond hosting, as he was a father to 2 children, Axel and Mathilde, who continue his legacy in the arts. Patrice Laffont passed away on August 7, 2024, leaving behind a rich legacy in French television, one that will be remembered and celebrated for generations. Mickey Cottrell, Hollywood's unsung hero in Hollywood. Few people behind the scenes have as much impact as those in front of the camera, and Mickey Cottrell was one such figure. Born Richard Edward Cottrell on September 4, 1944, he was a celebrated Hollywood film publicist, independent film producer, and occasional actor. Cottrell's influence in Hollywood can't be overstated. His work on films like My Own Private Idaho Volcano and Ed Wood solidified his reputation as a master publicist. But did you know he also had small roles in Star Trek, The Next Generation and Star Trek, Voyager? His talent wasn't confined to publicity. He was a man of many talents. After suffering a significant stroke in 2016, Mickey Cottrell spent his final years at the Motion Picture and Television Fund home in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, where he passed away from Parkinson's disease on January 1, 2024. His legacy in Hollywood is vast, and those who knew him or were touched by his work will forever remember his contributions to the film industry. Arthur Ian Lavender. The last of a legendary cast, Arthur Ian Lavender was the last surviving member of the main cast of the beloved BBC sitcom Dad's Army. Born on February 16, 1946, in Birmingham, Lavender passed away on February 2, 2024, just shy of his 78th birthday. His portrayal of Private Pike in Dad's Army endeared him to millions, and his passing marks the end of an era. Lavender's career began on the stage, and he was known for his dedication to his craft. He was a cancer survivor, having beaten bladder cancer, and he also overcame a heart attack in 2004. An avid supporter of Aston Villa FC, Lavender's love for life extended beyond the screen. His passing leaves a void in the world of British comedy, but his work will continue to bring joy to fans around the world. Mark Dodson. The voice that brought characters to life, Mark Dodson was a voice actor whose work shaped the sound of many beloved characters. Born on February 1, 1960, Dodson's voice was heard in some of the most iconic films and television shows of the 1980s and beyond. From the Ewoks in Star Wars, The Battle for Endor, to the mischievous Gremlins in Gremlins and Gremlins 2, The New Batch, Dodson's voice brought these characters to life in a way that few others could. He also lent his voice to numerous video games, including Ghost Runner, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, and Star Trek Online. Mark Dodson passed away from a heart attack on March 2, 2024, at the age of 64, but his voice will continue to be heard by generations to come, ensuring his legacy endures. Susan Buckner. From beauty queen to iconic cheerleader, Susan Buckner was more than just a pretty face. She was a talent who lit up the screen with her performances. Born on January 28, 1952, in Seattle, Washington, Buckner first gained fame as Miss Washington in 1971 and later as a finalist in the Miss America 1972 pageant. But it was her role as Patty Simcox, the peppy cheerleader in the 1978 film Grease, that made her a household name. Beyond Grease, Buckner was a member of the Gold Diggers, a singing and dancing group on The Dean Martin Show, and made appearances on shows like The Sunny and Cher Comedy Hour. After a successful career in show business, she chose to focus on raising her 2 children. Susan Buckner passed away on May 2, 2024, in Miami, Florida, leaving behind a legacy that spans beauty, talent, and unforgettable performances. Edward Eric Anderson. A horror legend remembered Edward Eric Anderson, born on October 24, 1956, was best known for his role as Rob Dyer in Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. He passed away on June 1, 2024, at the age of 67, after a battle with esophageal cancer. Anderson's career wasn't limited to horror. He also had significant roles in films like Bat 21 and Unfaithful. Born in Japan to an American military family, Anderson's early life was spent moving from place to place. He eventually settled in California, where he pursued studies in biochemistry and molecular biology before switching to acting. His career spanned film, television, and even literature, and his work continues to be appreciated by fans of the genres he loved. Paul Hood. The voice of Canadian radio. Paul Hood was a Canadian radio and television presenter whose voice became iconic over the course of his career. Born on August 25, 1954, Hood began his radio career in 1975 and worked with several prominent stations throughout his life. His contributions to Canadian media were significant, and his legacy lives on through the countless hours of broadcasting he provided to his listeners. Hood passed away on March 2, 2024, leaving behind a family and a career that influenced many in the industry. His voice, once so familiar to many Canadians, will be sorely missed. Joseph Flaherty. A comedic genius. Joseph Flaherty was a comedic genius whose work on CCTV made him a household name. Born on June 21, 1941, Flaherty passed away on April 1, 2024, leaving behind a legacy of laughter. His characters, like Count Floyd and Guy Caballero, remain some of the most memorable in comedy history. Flaherty's career wasn't confined to sketch comedy. He appeared in cult classic films like Back to the Future Part 2 and Happy Gilmore, and had roles in television shows like Freaks and Geeks. His influence on comedy is undeniable, and his passing marks the loss of one of the greats. Other notable losses. Our episode wouldn't be complete without acknowledging the passing of other notable figures whose lives and work have left an indelible mark on the world. These individuals, each in their own right, were beacons of talent and dedication, influencing not only their immediate audiences but also entire industries. Among them was Man Kosier, a Slovenian journalist, philologist, and actress whose pioneering work in journalism education and her significant roles in film have forever shaped Slovenian media and culture. Kosier's career was a remarkable journey from the arts to academia and politics, where she left a lasting impact on the intellectual and cultural life of her country. Her roles in films like The Birch Tree and Fairy Tale in the Attic remain iconic, showcasing her versatility and depth as an actress. Beyond the screen, her scholarly contributions and leadership in the movement for sustainable development of Slovenia demonstrated her commitment to progress and societal betterment. Her passing marks the end of an era in Slovenian journalism and cinema, but her influence endures. Lillian Crombie, an Aboriginal Australian actress and dancer, was another extraordinary figure whose life and work deserve to be celebrated. Crombie's journey from the small town of Port Pirie to becoming a prominent figure in the national art scene is nothing short of inspiring. She was a survivor of the stolen generations, and her resilience in overcoming such adversity was reflected in her powerful performances on stage and screen. Her classical ballet training at the Port Pirie Ballet School and the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theatre laid the foundation for a career that spanned decades. Crombie was not only an actress and dancer but also an advocate for Indigenous culture, founding the Black Swans, a First Nation supporters club for the Sydney Swans. Her legacy is one of cultural preservation and artistic excellence, and her contributions continue to resonate within the Australian arts community. Donald Patrick Murray, an American actor whose career began in the golden age of Hollywood, also left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Known for his standout role in Bus Stop alongside Marilyn Monroe, which earned him an Academy Award nomination, Murray's career spanned both film and television, including memorable performances in A Hatful of Rain, Shake Hands with the Devil, and Knots Landing. His portrayal of complex characters brought depth and nuance to the screen, making him a respected figure in Hollywood. Murray's career was marked by his commitment to his craft, and even later in life, he continued to work in the industry he loved, contributing to the revival of Twin Peaks in 2017. His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the impact that a dedicated artist can have on audiences across generations. Gregory Charles Rivers, known as Ho Kwok Wing in Hong Kong, was an Australian actor who became a beloved figure in Hong Kong television. His dedication to mastering the Cantonese language and his deep understanding of Hong Kong culture allowed him to break barriers and become a unique presence in the local entertainment scene. Rivers was often cast in roles that highlighted his Western heritage, yet his performances resonated with Hong Kong audiences because of his authenticity and respect for the culture he had adopted as his own. His work in series like The File of Justice and Healing Hands made him a household name, and his story is one of cultural integration and artistic success. Rivers' passing was a significant loss to the Hong Kong entertainment industry, but his legacy lives on through the many characters he brought to life on screen. John Okafor, widely known as Mr. Ibu, was a legendary Nigerian actor and comedian whose work in Nollywood left an enduring legacy. Born into humble beginnings in Enugu State, Okafor's journey to stardom was paved with challenges, including the loss of his father at a young age. Despite these hardships, Okafor's passion for comedy led him to become one of the most beloved figures in Nigerian cinema. His portrayal of the bumbling yet lovable character, Mr. Ibu, endeared him to audiences, and his work in over 200 films made him a staple of Nollywood. Okafor's comedy was not just about making people laugh. It was about connecting with audiences through humor that reflected the realities of life in Nigeria. His passing marks the loss of a comedic giant, but his influence on African cinema and his ability to bring joy to millions will never be forgotten. These individuals, along with many others we've lost, brought something unique and irreplaceable to the world. They shone brightly in their respective fields, leaving behind legacies that will continue to inspire, entertain, and educate future generations. From the big screen to the small, from comedy clubs to the world's most prestigious theaters, these stars illuminated our lives with their talent and passion. Their stories don't end with their passing. Rather, they continue to live on in the memories of those who were touched by their work. As we conclude today's episode, we invite you to reflect on the contributions these remarkable individuals have made. Their work, their passion, and their dedication continue to resonate, reminding us of the power of creativity and the enduring impact of the arts. If you were moved by today's tribute, please consider leaving a comment with your favorite memory of these stars. Share how their work influenced you, and let's keep their legacies alive together. By remembering them, we ensure that their contributions to the world are never forgotten.